Good morning, Juan.
Cally.
So it's great to have you with us this weekend for the Ignite Trade Show in the UK.
It's been a great honor to be here.
And the weather's been good, so you must have brought the sun.
The weather has been beautiful.
How have you found it?
It's been great. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I have my family, the Joya de Nicaragua, and myself, we have a special appreciation for the UK, both at a personal level and as a company. As I said the other day, this is the first place where my father went in the first trip. He learned English in the UK. I came to study here, so we've lived here, we experienced, so we love the UK. We love the UK, and it has also been for Joya de Nicaragua one of its most relevant markets since early on, since the very beginning. So it's quite special to be here, to celebrate with so many friends, so many faces that have been down to Nicaragua, that I've met over the years, so it's been great.
Yeah, so like as you mentioned yesterday in your talk that we had, that, you know, a little bit more about the history and how the relationship between the UK and Nicaragua have grown and how you met Scott and things like that. So it's been really interesting to hear that from the start.
Yes. So when I first came to the UK to launch the brand in 2015 with Scott, after we started the relationship with Tor, I had the great blessing of meeting a gentleman named Derek Harris, who was the managing director of a company called Melbourne Heart, which was the first importer of Joya de Nicaragua in the early 1970s. And with him, he brought a lot of surprises and presents. And one of those surprises was an album, a photo album of him and his partner traveling to Nicaragua, exploring Nicaragua, discovering Nicaraguan cigars for the first time. Now this is the early 1970s. Nicaragua wasn't what it is today. Very fresh, early, very fresh. The Esteli was a rural town. In fact, when you see the pictures, you see the dirt roads. It was very early stage. But what's interesting about it is that they made the trip. They made it an adventure, an exploration. And he shared all the stories and all the anecdotes of the challenges of bringing Nicaraguan cigars to the UK.
Yeah.
Thank God they succeeded. The UK went to become the second largest market for Joya de Nicaragua in the 1970s. They were actually importing about 20,000 cigars per month into the UK, Joya de Nicaragua. So the brand is well known here. Actually, met a couple of retailers who've been in the business for a while that remember selling and smoking Joya de Nicaragua in the 70s, in the 80s. Then we had a bit of a hiatus during the 1990s for historical reasons, and then we met Scott. It took us a while to convince him, but we've been working with Tor Imports for about 10 years now, and it's been great to see the open reception, the warmth with which UK retailers and UK smokers have received Joya de Nicaragua. From our Joya de Nicaragua Clásico, the original one, the old school brand, to our new expressions like Cinco and the Obras Maestras. So we're very thankful because everything started with a trip to Nicaragua by these two gentlemen from Melbourne Heart in the early 1970s. And now everything continues to be driven by the visits and the adventures that Tor has put up in place with Tor Tours.
I was going to say about the tours.
Yes. Bringing all of these retailers to Nicaragua for the past 8 years has been a fantastic experience for them to really appreciate and experience Nicaragua to the fullest. From the weather, from the food, the drinks, the beers, and the actual cigar factories, meeting the people. One thing is to read, to watch videos, and to listen about the cigar making process and about the people and the history, but a completely different thing is to live it.
Yeah, so I think there's a nice link as well, I'll let you tell the story, between the visits that people have had to your factory and the Cinco de Cinco cigar. So talk to me a bit about that. So
what's interesting is that every single person that has been to Nicaragua, to Joya de Nicaragua, and to the rest of the factories during the Tor Tour has become not only an ambassador to Nicaraguan cigars, but also an ambassador to Nicaragua as a country. For us, that's a blessing, that's quite a privilege, and we are thankful and humbled that so many people now have in their heart our country. So we've been doing this type of tours for a while. Since 2007, Joya de Nicaragua has opened up its doors to people who come and visit us and experience cigar making firsthand. We started with a program called Cigar Safari together with Drew State. So we would bring groups of people and do seminars, educational experience at the factory, and we would end up with something that we call the blending session, in which you come and you have the opportunity to play with tobaccos, work with the leaf, smell it, touch it, smoke it, and create your own personal blend. So in between 2007 and 2021, we had roughly 2,500 people joining us in this blending seminars, and we recorded everything because at the end we give them 10 cigars of their own personal blend. So we recorded everything, and so we have this big database of what people liked, what type of tobaccos and combinations people were curious about. So fast forward in 2020, we're sitting down and thinking, what are we gonna do for our next release? And instead of thinking what we thought it's going to work, we decided to shift the way we thought about or approach the brand development process. So we decided to take that database of blending sessions and get inspired in that. So we did a tabulation, we did analysis, and we chose the tobaccos that were more popular or more interesting for the people who participating in those sessions. And we developed the blend inspired on those combinations, on those choices. So Cinco de Cinco is actually the result. It's inspired by all of our amigos, all of the people that have been to the factory, have been part of the experience. We obviously perfected it with our master blender team, and it's been crafted especially for people from the people. So it's a very populist approach, if you want, because it's by the people. But we're very thankful for everybody that has trusted, has been inspired at our factory. So that's Cinco de Cinco. It's a great blend.
And the name, I think, also has something else that relates to it?
Yes, so Cinco de Cinco means 5 out of 5. So it relates to, top, the 5 stars of 5-star, but also refers to the 55th anniversary of Joya de Nicaragua. In 1968 it was founded, and in 2023 we turned 55. So that brand also celebrates that achievement. And it's a green band, it's emerald green, because for those of you that don't know, Joya means jewel in Spanish, and the jewel of the celebration of 55 anniversary, whatever anniversary it is, your marriage anniversary, your birthday, whatever, 55, the gem of that is the emerald. So we're inspired with that. It's an emerald green band in Cinco de Cinco.
It made me laugh yesterday when you said that the cigar was blended basically like what you just said, off the blends that people had put together. So you said you were pleased that people like it, and if they don't, that's not your fault.
Yes, if people liked it, it's on you. If people don't like it, well, it's on you too, right?
It is, Yes. So what's next for you and the UK? Do we have anything exciting coming up that you can't tell us about? Are you making any more visits over here this year?
Well, this year has been great because we had the tour coming over. Last year we had the opportunity to come over and do some events in London. I had the opportunity to meet a lot of great people. But most importantly, I had the opportunity to see firsthand and to meet in person so many new smokers that have approached the cigar smoking experience recently, and it's very fulfilling to see how many people are gravitating towards the enjoyment of cigars. And I hope that everybody here in the UK continues that trend. We have a special release here at the show. We have the Joya Cabineta Lancero as a limited edition that's coming to the UK. Just a couple of $100 for you guys.
Exciting.
But it's selling real well. So if you got the chance, smoke the Joya Cabineta Lancero.
I will.
Yes.
Thank you. So thanks for sitting down with me again, Juan, and hopefully I shall see you in January if I get a seat on the plane.
You have to work hard for it.
I have to work hard for it.
You have to earn your spot.
I have to earn my spot. I'm trying.
But it would be lovely to have you in Nicaragua.
Thank you.
I know you'll enjoy yourself.
I will do. Thanks,
Thank
Juan.
you.